so this is 3 months after we've done distraction osteogenesis for this guy who's come all the way from Hyderabad. This is a technique done to get the upper jaw forward to correct the underbite. So I'm going to show you how he looked. So this is going to give you an idea. Please turn that side to your left. So look at this. You can see the imbalance between the entire jaws that has been fixed. We have corrected with a lower jaw surgery, upper jaw surgery, distraction was done. I'm going to show you in a while what I mean by saying that. And then you can turn on this side towards me, and you can see again on this side the improvement from the sides, and you can see the way the lower lip has gone in, upper lip has come out, and this whole faces, which was an underbite and a lower jaw protrusive, has been corrected. Alright, now I'm going to show you exactly what was done inside his mouth. Open your mouth, Maris, please. What you see right now is a plate. It's a retainer. Maybe this is going to make it look slightly more clearer. Alright, now can you remove that plate for us, please? Cool. Right, so some tissue. Open. Yeah, I could just use that. Okay, open your mouth again. And now you're going to see, if you look carefully, on either sides, there is a gap between the teeth on this side and on that side. So the upper jaw was basically split in half from this point, and we stretched it and we brought it forward, and that is called as distraction osteogenesis. So we distract the upper jaw. Okay, put that back on. So what are the advantages of this technique? The main advantage is the patient's speech doesn't get worsened. In fact, it gets improved. We have proven this with our long studies. We have the largest series of anterior maxillary distraction in the entire world. We've got more than 500 cases now that we've been doing for the last decade and a half. And the best possible outcome comes with this for cleft patients, especially who have what we call as a VPI or a velopharyngeal incompetence, which means the speech is not so good. Now, when we do this procedure of getting the jaw forward with the help of newborn growth and also adjusting the teeth, do remember that yes, it has a cosmetic part to it, but it also has a significant functional aspect. So we've just removed this yesterday, right? And how much of speech improvement are you able to see? Now, can you tell me your name?
Yeah, I'm from Hyderabad. I came here like 3 minutes ago.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm Sunil Richardson, the upper and also sorry.
Thank you. No, that's fine. So this was just so that you people understand his voice and speech. He has a fistula inside. If you saw when I was showing you the palate, he has a small palatal fistula, and he has a VPI, which we both going to address. Today, he's here because we're going to put some hair follicles in his upper lip to get a mustache transplant done. Next up, he's going to come back after a few months to get his nose and his speech done. So by the time that happens, no one is ever going to make out that he was born with this deformity and he had this kind of a severe issue facing him just a few months ago. So our role here, our goal here, our mission here is to convert each and every patient, every adult with cleft and other facial deformities into anyone who doesn't have it. And we've been doing this consistently now for almost 2 decades out here. Me and my team, we are dedicated and we're totally passionate about this. And it takes a while. In his case, it's a 3-stage plan. In some patients, it could be done in 1 stage or sometimes in 2 stages, depending on the issues the patient has and depending upon the kind of results the patient's expecting. We can transform the entire faces. Right? You're going to be excited about today's work?
Yeah.
So this is going to be under local anesthesia. It's not going to take long, probably an hour and a half. And you're good to leave tomorrow or even today. Okay? Thank you.
Cold water is there? Cold water. Okay.
So we're doing a mustache transplantation now, and this is to not only cover the scar but also to give him a nice thicker dense mustache. So it's all along. We're going to do about 400 follicles for him right now. It's happening at the scar. So we've got that gauze in his nose because this is being done under local anesthesia, and we don't want any saline or blood to trickle down, which is very uncomfortable for the patient. And you can hear the beep. We're doing this in the OR, and the entire area is numb. So we've given some blocks, we've given infiltrations, and yes, it does swell up. And these are the grafts that are going to be put in, which is harvested and kept by FUE technique. Bigger width, and this side notching we can take care a little later, don't worry about that. So in the nose, when you come, let me retract a little bit more. Once it heals up nicely into the nose, I do it from inside. And now the mustache has been made thick in all the areas which it did have, so it will look like one uniform thing because the other hair is very sparse, so it doesn't really make There's a lot of swelling now, but you can see it's everywhere we've done it. So also, you know, when people look, there's no doubt of having like something only in the scar area. Because we've seen if you put the mustache only in the scar areas for certain patients, it looks thicker there, and again it looks something odd. So now the whole mustache will look uniform. So there's a little bit extra density in the scar region alone. Alright? You would have wanted this shape? No, it's fine. Just kidding. Yeah, that's because of the swelling. So you've got to take good care. It'll take a few months for the hair follicles to settle down and for the improvement to take place. On the back is the area where the hair was taken out. Any pain is there now? No much pain is there. And face is numb. Below eyes, from the nose around. Chin is numb. No, little bit. Okay, all of that will wear off in 8 hours. Okay. But tomorrow morning there should be no numbness by and large. And so you're going to take your tablets, we'll give you IV. Since you're there today, it's just easy. By the time you go tomorrow, you should be comfortable. Most important thing is to keep applying saline. So we will give you the packet which includes spray. That's the most important thing you do for the next 1 week. Day 3 you can take off the bandage off. It's just come from Hyderabad, you can get done there anywhere. Any nurse can do it. Day 10 you can take bath. Yeah. I don't get shower before that. At least 7-8 days it's way better. Careful about taking anything hot, tea, coffee, because the fumes can affect. So be careful, no smoking, especially initial 2-3 weeks. And after that, yeah, it's quite everything takes weeks, and this is not. Yeah, I just said, okay, that's nice. So just take care. What I'm trying to say is don't increase the temperature there, don't go stand in the sun, don't go swimming, don't go jogging. All those basic instructions will give you, but even though it's not a lot of follicles, the care you have to give should be there. Then, alright? See you.